Yo, what is good in the hood, boys? So, in the previous video, we've discussed how action taking always starts with the stimulus being in an environment. So, if you want to start engineering our action system so that we can, take better action and become more disciplined so that we can achieve our goals, then it all starts with the stimulus information going from the environment to the sensory organs, right? And we've also explained how the inputs of execution, so execution is the output, and the input is like food, sleep, and sensory data. So the number one thing that we need to get right if we want to be able to optimize our action system is our environment. Okay. And today I want to show you the progress that I made regarding this topic here. So here, this is the goal breakdown, right? Now I created like a new mini goal inside that big goal, right? And which is to optimize the room, right? I want to optimize my room. And if you've seen, in the face cam videos where I look like I live in a cave, right? That's because this is actually my wardrobe. It's not even my room, right? And I want to like clean it up a little bit and make it kind of like an office, right? So that I can become more productive and execute on the tasks that matters to me, right? So here I wrote down a kind of like a paragraph to explain what I want the room to be like, and I tried to find images to visualize the vision. If you have a vision and you want to turn it into a reality, it's extremely helpful for you to find images online that explains exactly what that vision is, and it becomes like actually visual. You actually see it in the real world. It's not just in your head. So I wrote also a description. So this is what I want. When I get back home from work, I want the entire room and everything to be like frictionless, right? With one button and waiting for a small amount of time, I'm already listening to music, relaxed, grateful, and happy to be here. So when I enter the room and everything just switch up automatically, my computer, follows like a systematic process to put the right apps on, the right music on, and everything just is automatic, without any friction at all. The room has very dim and cozy light, the most relaxing chair in here with a cover ready, warm and cozy. The books that I'm currently interested in is right here, ready to be read. Or just Adonis School. So this is like a program I'm in. I want it to be open when I get in if I want to use it. There are smart alarms that go on at the right time to remind me of the task that I need to do and to get up and to not waste time like relaxing a bit too much or like, doing like unnecessary shit. So these alarms it's like Alexa, right? It's going to be a smart alarm that tells me, okay, you need to wake up, you need to stop wasting time, you need to do this right now. This is your timetable. Okay, do this, do that, right? So that I'm consistently reminded. This is like the stimulus we talked about in the previous video. It's a stimulus. It's a sensory data. We're getting like a voice from a machine that says, okay, do this, right? And then that voice will enter the system. It's going to interact with the other parts of the system, and the execution is going to be the output, right? Sensors that detects when I'm moving and if I'm executing my tasks or not. So if I'm not doing the tasks, this voice, like this robot, I don't want it to shut up. I want it to keep talking to me and tell me to do the tasks, or like I'll write down like a prompt for like motivation or for discipline or something like that, so that it's never out of my head until I'm actually finished the tasks. So this is what I want the room to look like. And then I opened another document, right? And I listed out these three things. So I said, if the input is food, sleep, and sensory data, then how can we improve the input? Because garbage in equals garbage out. If you have bad inputs, if you have bad ingredients, then the final result is also going to be bad. So that's what I did. I listed out the food and how much it costs, right? How much money I need to spend, and the things that I need, right? So I'm gonna need like a really good diet, right? Healthy diet. I'm gonna spend about like $250 per month. I've already spent more this month than 250, or I think I spent like around 200 or something on the diet, and it's only 10 days in, so I need to focus up with the money, right? I can't be spending like a retard. Sleep, how can you improve this? I was thinking about the Oura Ring, but I'm honestly, so if you don't know, Oura Ring is like this thing that tracks your sleep. You put it on, and then it gives you like data. Like it tells you exactly how good was your sleep, how bad is it. I feel like if I buy this, I'm just gonna overthink it way too much. If you want to improve your sleep, bro, just go to bed early and then wake up early. It's also like $400. I think I'll buy it in the future, but probably not now. So, yeah, I'll buy a new bed and a mattress because right now my mattress is on the floor, so I need me like a bed. And then these are the sensory inputs. So for now, here on this document, I only listed them out. These are the things that I need to be able to, basically create this, right? So make the room like cleaner, make it better looking and stuff like that, right? And then what I did here is that I listed them out, right? So I listed all the things that I need and I give them a checkbox. So if I buy something, I need, or like if I install it as well, so I buy it and install it, boom, 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 right? I'm going to be checking these things and these will improve the sensory input. So probably like the 80-20 is like the sensory input. If I hear the right things and if I listen and watch the right videos and smell the right smell and all of that things and have like clean air entering my body and all of that, then I will be able to execute, because it's all like sensory inputs. This is what I learned from, Human Action Control book that I talked about in the previous videos. It's just a stimulus in, response out, stimulus in, response out. It's a button. You press a button, you get an action, right? You press a button in your brain, you get an action from your body. It's as simple as that. We've explained this in the previous video, so I'm not going to go over it now. And then, so this is like the cave that I live in, right? Which is the wardrobe. And this is my room, right? So these things are like the same. I'm going to put like a refrigerator here. So I put my food in here. It's not far away, less friction, bed mattress, bed holder, plants, blah, 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 etc. And here what I did is that I put 80-20. So here I applied the Pareto principle, which states that 80% of the effect comes from 20% of the causes, So only 20% of these are actually like important. The rest can be important, but not as much, right? So I tried to list them out by importance. I said, okay, what is the number one most important couple of things? And then what are the least important things at the end? So I organized them and locking my door, right? Having blocking the voices from outside, having like noise suppression, so that I don't hear the noise outside, and having curtains and softwares, the right softwares, will cause me pretty much the most amount of progress here. These ones are important because my family is so noisy and they interrupt my focus way too much. So this is going to be a big one. And softwares is in the inside. When I'm inside the room, if I ever get distracted or I click a button or I open YouTube like a retard, I have the right softwares to, remind me of what I need to do. And it tracks my actions, tracks my deep work, tracks like what I did, etc. So that I'm on the right track, These ones are important, but not as much. So, air filter, scent, blah, blah, blah. These ones are more like for the looks of it and for the feelings that I get in there. These ones are for the looks. So these ones are more like how I'm feeling inside, So if I clean up, the cables and shit, it's going to feel nice, It's better. If I have like a LED light and acoustics, it's going to feel better. I have clean air as well. But these ones are purely looks. So I don't need a mirror. I don't need a fucking plant. I don't need to paint the wall. And I don't need the comfort chair, These are just for like the looks and shit. And same, I don't need the carpet. And these ones, I realized that, yes, sure, it sounds cool as fuck to have like a smart room, but do you actually need a smart room? And then I realized I actually fucking don't. The only thing I need is maybe some softwares to remind me, of like the things that I need to act on and shit. But do I need it to be smart? I'll do this maybe later, but right now I need to get these things first, right? I need to get this one first and then these ones. So I'm going to buy these ones this week and I'm going to install them and then I'll update you guys. I'll update you boys, yeah. So yeah, that was mostly it, honestly, for this video. We're building this system. It's honestly gonna take me some time to finish, right? Because it requires a lot of focus, So actually, if I show you something here, I did in my calendar here, I kind of wrote down what I'm going to do next, right? So for these 2 weeks, currently I'm focused on the environment and how I'm gonna improve it. We are here right now. Then I want to finish the 2 books of human action control that I showed you previously, and thinking in systems, right? And here I want to map out the system of action, right? And then later, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's probably gonna be related to this as well. I'm probably gonna create like an immune system for relapsing and ruts. So anti-rut system if I ever fall off or something. And yeah, those things is like they're in here, you know, like where is it? The goal breakdown. Yeah, these things, right? So I'm gonna start with the intention into action system first. I'll probably build like an immune system so that if I ever fall off, you know, I have what to do. Anti-rut algorithm is basically the same thing as this one. And I'll keep tracking my progress. So right now I'm making so much progress. I'm doing very, very well. I'm on a fucking roll right now. I'm on a, what's it called? I'm on a win streak IRL, bro. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful. And see you in the next one, boys.